Ad Astra Abyssosque. Recently, the Adventurers Guild has received an unusual commission, and after careful consideration, we believe that
the Traveler would be the most suitable candidate, right?
Indeed, as ever. I will spare the pleasantries then. May I ask if you two... Well, let me go over it briefly. Our client for this job is the Yashiro Commission. Apparently...
Rift Hounds? On Narukami Island?
Yes. We are not sure where exactly these creatures come from. But the sacred Sakura is of tremendous importance to good. Then you can see that this case is very urgent indeed.
Is the Tenryu Commission aware?
Yes, and they are already taking action of their own. However, given that the sacred Sakura's root system is vast, their main priority is to protect the civilian population. So they are the Adventurers Guild is one of the key parties assisting the Tenryu Commission with their work. You have our deepest gratitude. I will mark on your map the areas where Rift Town appearances have been recently reported.
Relax. We'll be back before you can say Ad Astra Abyssosque. The sacred Sakura is in danger. Keeping the sacred Sakura safe was Hanachiru Sato's greatest wish, and now these mangy mutts are trying to destroy it! Time to teach him a lesson! They're attacking the sacred Sakura! Stop them!
One with nature.
Fuse is lit!
Orders given. Orders received. Life goes on.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire! Yours!
Into the wind. As one with wind.
Wow, there are so many of them! No wonder the Tenryu Commission needed help! Come on, Traveler, you can take them!
Torn to oblivion!
Shogun? Wait, no! Could also be A!
Oh, it's you two. It has been a long time. We have not seen each other since the resolution of the Tenryu Commission crisis.
Okay, sounds more like A. It is you, right? You sure made short work of them! That was amazing!
I'm making early preparations for what is to come. Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed the way the world is today. I was finally able to comprehend some things that I had never understood in the past. Since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking, I find myself having the urge to spend some time in the outside world.
Makes sense. You must get super bored being stuck in there all the time.
Might I remind you that I am not here to amuse myself? Recently, I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of Euthymia. The most serious of these being the attack on the sacred Sakura by numerous Rift Hounds. I considered this matter worthy of my attention, so I pursued them, and they led me here, where I happened. If the Shogun, rather than I, were to discover them, yes, perhaps she would have left the situation alone.
Why? Because she's just a puppet?
Precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, Matters of this nature are to be delegated to the Tri-Commission. But Rift Hounds attacking the sacred Sakura... It brings back bad memories of that
A disaster?
Yes. 500 years ago, a great catastrophe. Everything was engulfed in a pitch-black fog, and monsters ravaged the land. Countless lives were lost, and this homeland that the people had worked so hard to build, the monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil. And the Rift Hounds were all... Their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws. So you've heard of it, too. That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. Maybe to you, it seems like my response to these creatures was an excessive one. But an excess of caution is not unwarranted in this case.
Guess you can't argue with that.
Since we are both here for the same reason, let us work together. From the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should be many more monsters nearby.
Paimon feels so safe when we're in Ace company. Having someone uber powerful on your team kind of makes... Oh yeah, after we've dealt with the monsters, we should ask her to tell us more about Conria. This color! It's similar to the color when the sacred Sakura takes damage. Let's follow it. It should be this way.
We are lucky. The damage is not too serious. The Yashiro Commission will be able to nurse the root system back to health.
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? And how come it's... Huh? What's this? Could they be dead people? It wouldn't be the first, but why would they appear here?
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
I can't go on like this. Not when the other troops are counting on me.
What happened here? Could you tell us?
Who are you? What are you doing here? Run quick while you still can! The monsters will be back. And once you're in their sights, I'm telling you there's no escaping them. We will defend Inazuma until our dying breath. You don't know? Inazuma is engulfed in beasts, and horrifying monsters are everywhere. They're merciless, ferocious. Every last trace of humanity's existence, I tell you. They'll devour it all.
But look, none of that seems to be going on around.
Not right now, but they'll be back. Look, get out of here. Now! The almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. There is no one left to rely on but ourselves. I don't know how long we can hold out for. But if we abandon our hope, then we've got nothing.
Don't worry, I'm right here.
It's... the Shogun? You're back! Please, we beg you. You have to help. Only the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible darkness. Please.
Calm down. The war you speak of is over.
Over? But what do you mean?
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush, and a soft breeze blows. This is Inazuma at peace. There are no monsters. Nor is there anything else here that...
What? But how? Just moments ago, they were everywhere. I saw them tear my comrade to shreds with my own eyes.
Hey, calm down. Everything's fine now.
I think I understand. Almighty Shogun. Yes, we were right to place our trust. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you.
What's wrong with him?
He's gone.
Paimon can't even begin to understand what that was all about. But
If I am not mistaken, what we just saw was a samurai's... The sacred sakura can absorb and purify the filth in the ley lines. After the Rift Hounds attacked, some of this filth, an entity formed with strong filth, would be highly aggressive. Purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed.
so the memories of the ones that died are all appearing at this moment?
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. What he was describing just... Yes. Inazuma was facing... The disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern. I felt that I had to step in before it was too late. Otherwise... But my friend, Kitsune Saiku, reassured me that I had nothing to worry about. She would shoulder the responsibility of protect... I could tell that, although...
So, Inazuma was attacked at...
Indeed. I never had the chance to... But even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than...
Hey,
Yes. All my martial might... But... when I traveled around, moving forward, just think of that. All those who sacrificed themselves as Inazuma's god. Warriors of the past, who spilled your blood on this land. I will never forget you. And all the...
he's taking all this pretty hard.
Come on. Let's keep...
Expected, there are a load of Rift Hounds here too!
Leave them to me. Now you shall perish! Torn to oblivion! There is no escape!
Huh? Something seems wrong with A.
Why would you ask that?
Well, usually you'd pull out your sword and swish! Vaporize.
You are unduly concerned. I'm simply conserving my although I have some understanding of the situation already, it could take an unexpected turn at any time. I must be prepared for anything. If there are more formidable monsters lying in wait in this area, I must...
Ah, makes sense! Spoken like a seasoned shogun. The roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. We definitely need to tell the... Hey, the same light is leaking out again.
Furuyama? Is that you?
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon? I thought you were off fighting a battle.
Fighting a battle in a distant land? Sounds like...
Allow me to introduce Furuyama. He is a tea master, though blind. Furuyama is unparalleled in his ability to appraise tea. He brews some of the very finest.
Your Excellency, you shower me with praise undeserved. I have simply had the good fortune to be in Your Excellency's presence. It sounds like the almighty Shogun has brought... I'm afraid I'm unable to serve you any respectable refreshments on account of the... After all, it's quite a mess out there.
What should we do?
I see. So, they have fought their... Most of the residents in this neighborhood have already escaped. They wanted to... And now the almighty Shogun is here. I have even less reason to run away. Imagine if this was something that even the almighty Shogun was powerless to resolve. Where could I possibly run to then? People flee out of a desire to live on. And the desire to live on stems from... But me, I have no such thoughts, and I have no regrets. The almighty Shogun often speaks to me about her dreams over tea. Just listening to her stories. I've been blind for many years, but her vivid descriptions took me... One thing she always says is, good things don't last forever. Everything changes, fades, disappears completely over the passage of time. And so, people must make the most of the life they have. So you see, as...
Perhaps you are right.
It won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the almighty Shogun for the last time. What a pity. I'll never get to see what Inazuma looks like after the almighty Shogun rebuilds it anew. But I suppose it doesn't matter. Everyone says that Inazuma has turned dark now. But to me, it went dark a long time ago. Once this catastrophe is over, life is sure to spring forth anew. But even if I survived until then, I'd probably be a hopelessly befuddled... Oh, goodness me. Speaking of befuddled, look at me rambling away to my heart's content and forgetting to serve the tea. The almighty Shogun comes to visit and I don't have the tea ready. One moment, I'll just... Where in the world is the... I hope the others didn't smash it to smithereens in their hasty departure.
Can't see a tea set anywhere around here.
Really? But it's always been right by my side. Goodness gracious, what a fool I'm making of myself. I couldn't possibly have my guests fetch it themselves. That would be most discourteous indeed.
Don't worry about it. Take a rest. We'll be back right away.
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you?
This place is... Leave it to us.
But I can't decide whether it...
Where should we go to find a tea set? Having a cup of tea isn't exactly the most urgent thing to do right now. But at the same time, this lovely old man from 500 years ago has been through so much. And it makes Paimon so sad.
I'm also feeling very nostalgic for his tea.
Oh, why don't we go to the Kamisato estate? There'll definitely be a tea set we can borrow there.
It's the Traveler. And the almighty Shogun. How might I be of assistance, Your Excellency?
I wish to borrow a tea set from the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, sure. I'll fetch that for you right away. Please step into the courtyard and have a rest, Almighty Shogun. Oh, and I'll inform my lord about your visit immediately. Ah, and the tea set. I'll bring that.
Be at ease. I'm not here to see Commissioner Kamisato. Actually, I'd prefer to spend this time chatting with the traveler. Please, fetch the tea set at your convenience.
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the Almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with it right away.
Well, it's not often we have the chance to chat. I'm sure you must have.
Right. Paimon wanted to ask that too. The Almighty Shogun that he described didn't sound anything like you at all.
I seldom had the time to drink tea. Any free. So, in the vast majority of cases, the one he may well have had an inkling about there being two. The philosophy of life that he shared with us just now.
You and Makoto had pretty different views.
Indeed, we did. It was the biggest in her eyes. The most precious things. They are similar. When you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, now it's.
Wow. There sure was a lot going on beneath the surface.
Makoto saw a bigger picture than I did. In her view, a dream is more imaginary, more abstract than an ambition. An ambition is a yearning for something material, or a concrete. Makoto was more concerned with the force that drives humans to.
That's, quite a lot to take in.
To put it simply, Makoto wasn't concerned about outcomes. I didn't understand at the time. How can we say, I suppose, what it comes down to? Yes, it does. I always thought that in the last analysis.
Do you feel
You have already. But now, I no longer cling to what.
Almighty Shogun, I found a tea set.
It's quite beautiful.
You are too kind. A humble servant such as I.
It's all good, sir.
Let us return.
Hey, where'd he go? He wouldn't have gone looking for a tea set himself.
Or perhaps the ley lines did not have the power to sustain him for very long.
So we won't get to drink his tea? We didn't even have a chance to.
The information held in the ley lines is complex and disorderly. The fact that we were able to meet him to begin with was a. Well, this chance won't come often, and we do have a tea set. Perhaps I should try my hand at making us a pot of tea. I've watched Furuyama brew tea on many occasions. I doubt I should have any major problems doing it myself. The tea is ready. Please give it a try. So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. I'm not sure how to You're right. But the things we've seen today have brought back many memories for me. I've been reminded of many people, too. Kitsune Saigu, Makoto, and all the other friends who I watched pass even further back. Back at the Yashiro, the events.
She died in that disaster too?
Yes. She went to Konria alone, without telling me. Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist. Whenever similar crises had arisen in the past, I was always the one to face them in her stead. But this time, the circumstances were yes. She had already lapsed. It was there that we bid each other a final farewell. Why did she go to Conria first, and not I? It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity. As a testament to that decision, I saved her realm of consciousness just before it collapsed completely, and brought it back to Inazuma.
That's quite a story.
When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. That's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. That it had existed since time immemorial. They were so matter-of-fact about it, and couldn't at all understand. No one questioned it. And yet, its presence contrasted so starkly with the area as I remembered it. In the end, I simply had to accept, with the help of the sacred Sakura's power. I was finally able to overcome the monster.
This is all really hard to understand.
Yes. She had such a... I once told myself that but even the tea that is most bitter to the tongue, once swallowed, leaves some sweetness in the throat. And it's time I came to terms with it all.
Oh, while we're on the topic, since you experienced that battle in person...
Brother? I had heard that you were looking for your family. You mean to say that he was somehow involved in the Conria disaster?
Based on what we've learned so far, it seems so, yeah.
I'm sorry. And also, my mind was consumed entirely, so I am afraid I can't...
Oh, well, that's a boy. Both of you have experienced great tragedy.
With this last cup of tea, let us honor the team. Thank you, Destiny, for giving us the chance to meet again.
We should go. Let's keep following the traces.
Very well. Based on my investigation so far, I believe this next pack of monsters should be the last. Once again, please leave.
Hey!
Fear not. I'm fine. Eternal! Shine down! Illusion shattered! Erase all threats! Now you shall perish! There is no escape!
Maybe you should leave this one to us.
My apologies.
Don't worry about it. Just take a breather and get your strength back. We'll deal with the monsters. Look, that's the same light again.
Where am I? Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too! Are you injured, Your Excellency?
I'm quite...
We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end.
Come on, men! They're coming back for more! Let's get—
Don't!
Danger is our duty, ma'am. If we were the kinds to shy away from danger, we never would have taken up arms to begin with.
No need to worry, Almighty Shogun. When the situation looks bleak—
Is that a vision?
It certainly is. I know the gods are omnipotent and their willingness to grant their power. If the Almighty Shogun is in trouble, now of all times is—
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
Nobody knew where Your Excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair. But now just the sight of you appearing before us once more has— This hope is the light that—
Everyone, on me!
We'll help too!
Huh? Affirmative, but watch your backs.
Protect the Almighty Shogun!
Eat this!
The wind knows me. The clouds high. The birds call.
Here come the fireworks! Oh, that hurt. Wheel of Life. Sacred name.
It seems like their attacks are finally over.
I've never fought so fiercely before.
Thank you all.
Are you okay? Maybe you should keep resting.
I'm fine. I feel much better already.
You fought phenomenally. It was truly awe-inspiring. The monsters will definitely come back. And when they do, it'll be more than a few Rift Hounds this time. Quickly, escort Her Excellency back to Inazuma City, and regroup with the General's forces as soon as possible.
When everyone sees the Almighty Shogun safely returning, their spirits will be lit.
Well, what are you guys gonna do?
We will stay here and guard against the monsters' advance. We cannot afford to let— We are brothers in arms. As long as we stick together, we can face any number of monsters that come our way.
Just leave it to us. Fighting is what— But the Almighty Shogun is the only one of us with the power to change the present state of affairs. Only Her Excellency can turn back the tide of despair and lead us onward into the future. No matter what kind of threat faces Inazuma, we will always place our faith in the
Thank you all very much. I promise you that I will create a bright future for Inazuma. I should not have left it this late to make this promise. But from this moment forth, know that I shall be true to my word.
Don't worry, Your Excellency. We will never doubt your word as long as we live. With you leading us, we will claim back everything that Inazuma has lost.
Glory to the Shogun! Glory to the Shogun!
They're gone.
It was both. The people's sacrifice, the result being that in the centuries since, you could take the view that whatever I say to them is meaningless. But even so, they are due a resolution.
Well, Paimon thinks that even if it's a few hundred years later...
Thank you for your comforting words. But this is my basic... I used to think just like that samurai. But what Inazuma needs more than a warrior is some... Even though I am utterly unlike Makoto, and can never become the person she was, I still... Yes, they are. They are strong and resilient, and have much to be proud of. As the Raiden Shogun they revere, I should not be the one to hold them back.
Well said. Sounds to Paimon like you figured things out.
Change will come to Inazuma, and with no matter how long it takes, I am committed. Now that we've dealt with the Rift Hounds, this matter is halfway resolved. I will leave the Tenryo and Yashiro commissions to handle the follow-up work, such as investigating the origins of this...
Alrighty then, let's move on. It looks calm on the outside, but Paimon bets her emotion. She seems to have changed a lot since we last met her. Huh? What's wrong, eh? What's going on? Are you feeling unwell again?
My body... It looks like... No need. She is calling me. Can you help me walk? I need to go to the cave below the Grand Narukami Shrine.
Why? What's in there?
A battleground. One where I shall sever ties with the past and take the first steps into the future. We're finally here. The entrance.
Whoa! Where'd the Torii Gate come from?
This is a place I once sealed off with my own hands. It looks like she...
Huh? What are you talking about? And who is... Where are we Paimon! Whoa. This place... Look, it's another A!
We meet again, traveler. This body is an assistant to the one within. But it is, should the one within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
Wait! Paimon knows that voice! Is that...
You have wandered the realm in my body, and you appear to have grasped the true essence of eternity. You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. Thus, you believe your... But have you really been enlightened with new ideas? Or have you been... I'm here to show you my answer. We are both warriors, and the dialogue we must now have shall be
wait! Are you...
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the Shogun rejecting my continued use of her body, as she indicates. Once I started entertaining the idea of change, I became hostile in her eyes. But inside a realm of consciousness, I exist independently of her. She cannot affect, though she is a puppet. The Shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
Paimon gets that everyone has their internal battles and hey, showdown with the Shogun?
The rules I set for the Shogun are... No. The Shogun herself is the manifest... I would not try to change her. If it...
Isn't there any other way? Can't you talk it through or something? But they both just...
My form is a symbol of supreme majesty. It inherits A's pain. The pain of inevitable... Every action undertaken is for the sake of determination, courage, love, hatred. Only rules shall Those were my thoughts when I created you. Now, they are towering obstacles that I have... You wish to make yourself my enemy? I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Raiden A. In the end, even the proud and mighty Oni Maiden was cut down and disgraced.